the stillness of the soul, where the silence meets the fire, there's a call to rise again from the ashes of desire. Every scar. Hello, brave soul, and welcome to the Intuition webinar. I'm Emily Atlantis Wolf, your host and guide. So let's get started. The problem, as I see it, is that we are in decision fatigue. We make 35,000 decisions a day. This number comes from the American Medical Association. 95% of those are subconscious. In other words, you don't really think about, how do I get the toothbrush in my mouth? You just go with memory, you go with instinct, and it just seems to happen on a fairly regular basis. But 35,000 decisions a day means by the end of the day, you don't want to know what's for dinner, what am I going to do tomorrow, what's left to do at the end of the day, what's on my to-do list. So this is why we're feeling tired, overwhelmed, stuck. We're in decision fatigue. Now, this number goes up if you're taking care of children, if you're taking care of aging parents or relatives, if you're in a stressful partnership, a stressful situation at work. That's a minimum. It's not the maximum. That's a baseline. So what are we going to do about it? Well, the solution that I've come up with, see how you feel about it, is what I call the confident pause. And that's a way to give yourself a timeout, to give you 3 steps I call clear, connect, and query. 3 steps in order to make a decision with clarity and confidence. Practicing these 3 steps will give you the ability to make a decision in 30 seconds or less. It's not about doing something faster. It's about having a practice that allows you to do something without overthinking, because it's the overthinking that takes time, it takes energy, and it gives us another thing that we have to do, which we end up delaying. So it's just a way to move more easily through your life and your day. So imagine a question. You could make it a simple question. You can make it a difficult question. But the first thing you're going to do is start with a question. Step 1 is make that question a statement. So we're going to go with simplicity. One of the things that I run into when I work with people, and I've worked with over 3,500 people, believe me when I say most people overcomplicate things. They will come up with a question that starts, if I do this and this and this, will I make a lot of money? Your intuition is not connected to money. It's connected to energy, and it's connected to love. You're built to be a blossoming expression of the love inside of you. Life is about expansion. It is not about money. Your intuition doesn't know what to do with the word money. This piece of paper is one color in one country, one color in another, but they're both pieces of paper. Better to ask your intuition, will this help me express what is inside of me? Will this bring me prosperity? Will this help everyone around me? There's ways to ask questions. There's methods and techniques to investigate what the real question is. But we're going to start simple. And imagine it's something so simple. I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's a statement. I make a PB&J sandwich. I'll just cheat a little bit to make it 5 words or less. The key is you want to take your question, should I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and make it a statement. I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Very simple. And write it down. Write it down in a journal or on a piece of paper. And then clear your mind. Your mind is not your brain. Your brain is the electrical storm making those 35,000 decisions every day in your skull. Your mind is a territory. It's an area around your body that feeds your body. Your physical body is the manifestation of the energy around you. That is your mind. That's why you can feel different things when certain people come into your energy field, and it affects your ability to make decisions quickly or clearly. Clear your mind by going for K27. K27 means the 27th point on your kidney meridian. In Chinese medicine, there are 14 pathways of energy in your body called meridians, not the chakras. That's Ayurveda in India. Meridians are pathways, highways. Energy moves through them. You want to work with your kidney meridian because it starts here, right underneath the U on the clavicle. So you can follow the collarbones right to the middle. And then you want to tap on that point. That's the 27th point of your kidney meridian. You will feel a sensation as those two parallel lines go down your body, down on the inside of your legs. Think about if you're wearing blue jeans where the seam is on the inside, right down, loops around your ankle, your calcaneus bone, and ends up at the bottom of your heel, the wellspring of life. You tap until you can feel the point on the bottom of your heel. It's easier if you're standing up. If you do not have the ability to stand up, you may only make it to your hips. That works. You're getting there. It may take another minute. It'll get down there eventually. Tap to clear the energy around your body, your mind. And then connect to a higher power. Higher power is personal. It could be God, goddess, spirit, source, the ghost of Elvis Presley. Whatever is holy and sacred to you, connect to that bigger source, not the universe, something a little more specific. It will help. If you need to go with the universe, go with the universe. It's more helpful to go to something a little more singular. And surrender the outcome. Don't be attached to the idea that you have or don't have that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I call these 3 steps clear, connect, and query. Clear the energy, connect to a higher power, a larger being, an entity, something bigger than you, and then make your statement that you have turned into your question that you turned into a statement. So you're going to clear, connect, query. The easiest way to do that is take your statement and write it down in front of you. So you wrote it down, it's in front of you. Notice after you clear and connect, when you look at it, do you move forward towards it? Or do you move away from it? If you move, I'm going to let you have an answer first. Have your own experience. Do you move towards it or away from it? Moving towards it means your intuition is saying yes. We agree. We, the energies, ancestors, spirit guides, helpers, healers, everything that constitutes your intuition says, yes, that would be a fantastic idea. And you detach from the outcome, so either way, you're good. Pulling back is your intuition bringing you away from that idea. It's your intuition's way of saying, this is not going to turn out the way you think it will. Think being the operative word. So now you have a technique. And you can practice. As Don Miguel Ruiz The author of the Four Agreements says, practice makes the master. You practice taking your question, making it a statement, clear your mind, the energy around your body, feeding your body, connect to a higher power, look, notice if you go towards it or away from it. You have become your own divining rod. Practicing this technique will give you the ability to get a clear answer in 30 seconds or less. The confident pause is when you say, hold on, and you can imagine yourself doing it. You could do it for real. You can leave the situation, clear, ask, find out. With practice, all you need to do is pause elegantly. Confidence and elegance go together. And then pretend. Use your imagination. It works exactly the same. Imagine that you see that statement in front of you. Imagine clearing your energy, waiting until you can feel your heels, connecting to your higher power, getting an answer. It can look just like this. And it won't take long because it's already inside of you. This is a way that already exists inside of you. So now you can stay here and say, cool, thank you. I got my one technique. I'm ready to go practice it. Or you can say, you know what? I think I need a little more help with that. I think those 35,000 decisions are actually bringing me down. So the question I'm asking you, and you can ask your intuition, do you want to stay stuck, uninspired, overwhelmed, decision fatigue? Or do you want to become a superhero? Wonder Woman is my favorite superhero, as you can see. If you're going to take the superhero route, then I'm going to talk to you about the Intuition Academy. There is a 6-month program that is an extension of what we're talking about. This concept of getting in touch with your intuition and having all the answers inside of you. We've all heard this before. The answers are inside of you. Inside, you know who you are and you know what you want at the center of your being. That quote is attributed to Lao Tzu, who may or may not be the person who wrote the Tao Te Ching. But the key is, how do you get it out? Of course, it's in there. Of course, there's an inner wisdom, an inner knowing, what I call an inner compass. How do you get to it? That's what I teach. That's my job. That's what I have put together in 6 months. Intuition exists at a confluence of embodied wisdom, techniques, moving things out and through your physical, mental, emotional body. It takes a long time because it's permanent. There are layers to the Intuition Academy, the 6-month program, the 24 weeks. There's a plan, there's a structure. It's slow and gentle so that you can learn and make this a permanent fix for indecisiveness. The technique I just showed you, that K27, there's 12 more variations of intuitive techniques. 12 ways to clear your energy. 12 ways to connect to your higher power. 12 ways to ask potent questions. And there's a way to ask questions that will unlock your intuition. But you have one of them. There are more. I call them the tools of transformation. And each one of them is an easy way to do that clear, connect, and query. When you've learned them all, they become like Legos. You could take them apart. You can say, I really like the way that this worked for me. I like the way this worked for me. I like the way this worked. Pull them apart, put them back together any way you want. Make it your own medicine. I'm teaching you in a way that's very easy. I've worked with over 3,500 people. I know how to create patterns, how to explain things. I know how to make things easy. After you've learned this, make it your own. Another layer is the journal prompts. Similar to what we were just talking about write the question and make a statement. That's a journal prompt. That's to help you discover what's inside of you. Journaling is the ultimate self-discovery practice. Comes down your brain, goes into your heart space, down your hand, and off to the page. Asking questions, having you journal until all the words are on the page. Journal until there's no more words, I like to say. Meditating on a question while you're journaling is a way to continue the process of self-discovery. This is also a journey through the 4 elements. In the shamanic world, I'm an ordained shamanic minister, so part of the academy is taking you through this shamanic path of the elements. We call it the spiral path. We're not on a line, we're on a spiral. And those elements mirror the birth process. In other words, we are gestated in water and we are born through the element of earth, fire, and come into air. That process mirrors the process of change. When we make a big change in our life, we go back to this process again and again and again on that spiral path, spiraling deeper into our own experience. And we cover the Jungian archetypes. Carl Jung came up with 12 archetypes. I call them the 12 characters of humanity. They're the recognizable people that you would see, the characters. And when you're watching a movie, when you're reading a book, you'll see the hero, the rebel, the lover, the every person, like the everyman, every woman. Those characters have traits of light and shadow. You have all 12 of those characters as part of your personality, but some are more dominant. Understanding each of them helps you understand yourself. Know thee situm. Know yourself. The more you know yourself, the more no one can tell you who you are, and the stronger your connection is to your own intuition. So instead of going to a psychic, a tarot reader, an advisor, you know the answer. You know yourself, and you know where to go to ask for an answer that's good for you. Those 12 archetypes have different goals. There's different groups of them, and we cover every single one. The easiest way to talk about the Academy is to look at this map. This is a map to your heart's desire, and it was drawn by my son. I was explaining the Academy and told him what I was looking for, and he drew it. It's absolutely perfect. On this map, you can see the line between the water and the sky, the far horizon. That's where we're headed for when we set out on our journey. Here's the element of water. We go through water first, and then the spiral path through the earth, ending up in the fire and jumping off into the sky. This is our map. This has every piece because we're going to meet the archetypes. We're going to go through the elements. We're going to set for that far horizon and come back. But we'll just come back a little different, a little deeper. Logistically, this is a class that has 12 lectures. 12 practicums. In other words, the material is presented one week. We go through it. It's interactive, back and forth, you, me, writing, journaling, practicing, and then we practice for another week. The classes are 2 hours. I guarantee you, if you're in class and you're there 90% of the time because life happens, you'll get this. If you miss a class, all the classes are recorded, not the live class on Zoom because they're sharing and vulnerability issues, but the classes have already been recorded. The lectures are recorded. They will be delivered every week that there's a lecture. There's summaries of the lecture, summaries of the practicum. There's summaries for the archetypes. There's meditation links. There's walkthrough links for each of that clear, connect, and query. Everything that you need, all the supplemental material is there. You need 2 hours a week. You need to come to class to be successful. If you do more work outside of class, that's more practice, but it's not required. Class begins January 21st. There's also dance parties. So it's not just the lectures. We have dance parties, we have 15-minute break, we have interaction, it's fun. That's the easiest way to say it. But I just wanted to remind myself to tell you, there's also dance parties. The question is, are you ready? Are you ready to step forward into the greatest expression of who you are? To know yourself, to get answers to all the questions that are inside of you, and to do it in a methodical way so it becomes a permanent skill set. I'd say if you made it to this slide, you're ready. And we like to say in the shamanic world, the ceremony begins when you say yes. So if you've said yes, I'm here with you. What's the investment? Well, as a lifelong learner, I have invested in my education. Here's the wall. On my wall, degree in civil engineering, dual majored in English, minored in environmental engineering. The Ohio State Medical Board has given me a license to do medical massage work. I'm a master shamanic breathwork facilitator through Venus Rising Center for Transformation, a certified kinesiotape practitioner from Dr. Kenzo Kase, an Usui Reiki master. I was made a master by William Lee Rand, the man who wrote the book on Reiki training for the International School of Reiki. I'm an emotion code practitioner certified by Dr. Bradley Nelson and an ordained shamanic minister in the lineage of the Seneca Wolf clan of Western New York. But, so what? That's a lot of paper on my wall. You probably have a lot of paper on your wall too, or in a drawer, who knows? I believe there's something that's more important, more pertinent. I've helped 3,500 people work through their pain, their emotional pain, their spiritual pain, their physical pain. I've helped 3,500 people express their greatness, move through their limitations, break free of old patterns in their family, in their paradigm inside of them. This is not the first time I'm helping people. There's a good chance I've already helped someone that has a situation similar to where you are. Either I've been where you are because I've been through a lot of initiations myself, or I've walked with someone through their initiations, through their challenges. It's very likely if you're here, I know where you are. And I think I can help. We could always get on a call to verify that, but 3,500 people is nothing to sneeze at. So the cost breakdown is very simple. It's my time times 24 weeks. That would be over $30,000. But I don't do private coaching anymore. So even if you had $35,000 or $30,000, I would say no, because at this time in my life, I'm really called to be working with groups and in a program specifically. So for you, the cost is $99.97. And there's a bonus. I'm not in private practice anymore. I don't do one-on-one unless you're part of the Intuition Academy. This price includes 6 one-on-one tutoring sessions. Just you and me working through the lecture material, the practicum material, your journals, your questions, your time. I am there to help you every 4 weeks, 6 sessions throughout the academy to make sure you're getting everything that you need out of the program. Why would you want to activate your intuition? Well, personal experience. I use the exact tools that I'm teaching you to go from being a project manager at Charles Schwab to being a medical massage therapist who tripled their income in 3 years. Private practice. I was not hired by a hospital or a very rich person. I built my own practice after getting a message about moving and shifting and aligning with my soul purpose. The exact techniques that I used, I'm teaching. My job is to transfer all the knowledge that I have to help you move into your greatest expression. I use these techniques to lose 85 pounds 24 years ago. After my son was born, I said, it's time for me to get a hold of my weight, my health, my body. I did not give birth to an 85-pound baby. He was a nice, healthy 7 pounds and 4 ounces. But there was a lot of trauma around eating and comfort in my childhood. And I used the exact techniques that I teach to safely lose 85 pounds 24 years ago, have my daughter, gain a normal amount of weight, and go back to a nice healthy weight. I also use these techniques to listen when I get a message. There was a time I was sitting next to a couple in Teotihuacan, Mexico, and they said, how are you? We need some help doing some writing coaching. I do writing coaching. I did writing coaching at that time. And I said, of course, yes, I'll help you. And Spirit was very specific. These people, we want you to help these people. Okay. After I helped them through the project, they did really well. They were happy with the results, happy with the outcome. They turned around and they said, we're going on a trip. We're going on a big retreat, 30 people. We can't imagine going without you. And they took me to Egypt on that retreat, into the Great Pyramid at Giza, opening up space in the King's Chamber, opening up the dream steel, the stone between the paws of the Sphinx, hot air balloon ride over the Valley of Kings for free. Because I was listening to the message that said, these are the people we want you to help. And I did. And I did with no attachment to the outcome. Your intuition is your best friend. And it's always trying to help you be a bigger version of yourself, more blossom, more confident, braver, bigger, happier, wider. And there's nothing but good news when you listen to your intuition and act on it. So right now I'm offering the whole Intuition Academy with the 6 one-to-one tutoring sessions for $99.97. This is my webinar price. This price will be going away. I'm recording this to give this to you now. When it's gone, it's gone. And we can get on a call. We can talk about how to work it out. But just remember, there's two options. There's option 1, which includes the tutoring, 1-to-1, me and you, 1 hour every 4 weeks, or just the classes. If you want to DIY the whole academy, absolutely go for it. If you're already feeling connected to your intuition, you just want to get more information, you want to get what you want out of it, and you feel confident already in your connection, great, I got you. Come to the classes, and by all means, come on in. So 2 options. Option 1, I'm all in, pay in full right now. We get on a call, pay in full price. This price is good until it's not. When this video goes down, the price is over. Sooner the better. He who hesitates is lost. If you need a payment plan, no problem. $525 down, and then we decide how much you want to pay and what your schedule looks like. Option number 2, just the classes. Absolutely fine. The full price is $79.97. Until this video goes down, the price is $69.97 if you're going to pay all at once in full. If you need a payment plan, same offer. As we used to say, operators are standing by. The full price will go into effect when this video goes down. I'm not willing to say when, because I have a certain number of people that I want in the academy. When I hit that number, I'll take down the video. If you have any questions, you can use the link below, book a call with me, 15 minutes, send me an email, I'll answer any questions. If there's anything that I am missing, just get on the call. That's the easiest thing. Almost all questions can be answered in 15 minutes. In my experience, it's 15 minutes. If you need another 15 minutes, we'll do that. But right now, the question really is, are you ready? Are you ready to step forward and gain access to the only tool you need, the only one that's always been with you, that's been waiting for you to open up that inner compass, to help guide you safely on your journey? It's up to you. I'll be here, ready to answer your questions. Thank you for listening. I'm Atlantis Wolf, and I believe in your greatness. See you soon.